The old man silently held out something in his hand. Zeon stared at it with a confused expression. What the fuck? It looked nothing like medicine. Is he telling me to eat it? That? Is it even edible? Old geezer, just asking in case. It won't hurt after eating it like the sand angler's gallbladder, right? The old man simply smiled. You'll probably die if you eat that. Zeon couldn't understand a single word. Fuck, I can't hear what he's saying. Whatever. He says it's medicine, so I should eat it. Without thinking any further, Zeon swallowed it whole. A strange sweetness spread across his tongue. His eyes widened in disbelief. Oh? What is this? It's so damn good. You don't have another... Before he could finish his sentence, his body suddenly froze. Old geezer, what is this? Suddenly, the narrator revealed the horrifying truth. Huanzhang. It literally means the twisting and turning of the intestines. The queen ant's egg is a lethal poison. Even consuming a tiny amount forces every internal organ inside the human body to violently twist. In other words, the victim's organs feel as if they're being pierced by countless thorns before being flipped completely inside out, until they eventually suffer huanzhang and die. An unbearable pain exploded throughout Zeon's body. He collapsed onto the ground, screaming. Gah! What the hell? What did you make me eat? The old man simply looked down at him without changing his expression. Damn, you're incredibly loud. If you want to survive in this crazy world, get used to it. Zeon writhed across the ground, coughing blood. How the hell am I supposed to get used to this? Cough! 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 His vision slowly faded. His thoughts became clouded. At that moment, only one feeling remained inside him. Betrayal. This dog-shit life. Finally. I thought I could finally trust someone. In the end, I was just a dumbass, wasn't I, old geezer? As Zeon's consciousness faded away, Dae Oden calmly observed him. Now then, let's see. As expected, a monster's mana crystal is on a completely different level from mine-produced ones. This one is a jackpot. Since this ant guy seems to be of some use, I'll take everything for now, my friend. He paused for a moment, almost as if he were speaking to someone invisible. Yeah, I know, but it can't be helped. If he's weak, he dies. That's just his fate. You know it too. We don't have much time. 4 days passed. Zeon's eyes slowly opened. The first thing he saw was Dae Oden standing beside him. The old man immediately kicked him. Yo, you awake? Zeon groaned in pain. Dumbass, what a disrespectful brat. What are you doing kicking up all this dust, you punk? Still furious, Zeon suddenly lunged at him. Why did you try to kill me? Why? I won't forgive you. He threw everything he had into the attack. But Dae Oden didn't move even a single step. Every punch landed harmlessly, without leaving even the tiniest scratch. The old man sighed. You dumbass. What are you doing? I know the queen ant's egg has a lot of components that mess with your brain, but couldn't you think even a little bit? Zeon froze. His fists trembled. Fuck. What the? He just stood there and took it all? Without a single scratch? The old man looked completely unimpressed. Dumbass. With a guy who'd die from a single flick to the forehead, why would I go out of my way to feed you poison just to kill you? Zeon's anger slowly disappeared. He awkwardly scratched his head. I guess so. Dae Oden finally explained. The queen ant's egg is a lethal poison that twists your insides, but at the same time, it also purges the impurities hidden within you. Depending on how it's used, it can be a poison or a heavenly medicine. Once those impurities disappear, mana naturally fills the empty space. You felt it too while you were attacking, didn't you? Only then did Zeon finally realize it. His eyes widened. His body felt completely different. His mana had increased nearly 3 or 4 times. Overwhelmed with guilt, he immediately grabbed the old man. Old geezer! I'm sorry for doubting you. I must have completely lost my mind. To think I doubted you, old geezer. Dae Oden looked utterly disgusted. Dae Oden. Yeah, you huge dumbass. I get it. So get off me. I hate being hugged by a man. Zeon laughed through his tears. Zeon. I hate it too. Come to think of it, I can hear too. It had a healing effect as well. The old man simply sighed once again. Dae Oden. Dumbass. A grown man crying. Let go. Let go. Zeon refused to let go of the old man. Zeon. No, I haven't even used it yet. Dae Oden only let out another exhausted sigh. But deep inside, he already knew the truth. Dae Oden, I know, my friend. The truth is, he really could have died. Only because Zeon had endured the poison, only because he was strong enough to survive, did the gamble succeed. Zeon. Phew, I was almost fucked. This should be enough for him to let it slide, right? The old man quietly looked ahead. Dae Oden. He only survived because he was strong. Because if he doesn't get strong quickly, he's useless. I made a trashy gamble. Suddenly, Dae Oden grabbed Zeon once again. Dae Oden. All right, dumbass, shall we get going now? Then, almost silently, as if speaking only to himself, he muttered one final sentence. Dae Oden, don't forgive me, dumbass. Before Zeon could even react, the old man lifted him up. Zeon. Old geezer? But why are you holding me again? Dae Oden. We don't have time. So shouldn't we hurry up and get out? Zeon's face immediately turned pale. Zeon. Fuck. Don't tell me. A second later, the scenery around him blurred. The world itself became a streak of colors as Dae Oden dashed across the desert at an unbelievable speed. The wind slammed into Zeon's face so hard he could barely breathe. Meanwhile, the old man burst into laughter. Dae Oden. How is it, dumbass? Much faster, right? Zeon screamed at the top of his lungs. Zeon. Faster, my fucking ass! Let's just travel normally for once! Dae Oden laughed even louder. Dae Oden. Who told you to sleep for 4 whole days? You're so weak. How are you ever going to get married? Suddenly, the old man's expression changed. His laughter disappeared. Dae Oden. Wait, what is that? Zeon looked up in confusion. Zeon, what is it now? I wouldn't be surprised by most things anymore. His eyes slowly followed Dae Oden's gaze. Then, he froze. His entire body trembled. Far across the endless desert, a gigantic shadow towered over the horizon. Even from nearly 30 kilometers away, its size was beyond belief. Zeon. Eh? This is crazy! What the hell is that? It's almost 30 kilometers away. So how can a monster be that massive? The old man answered calmly, as though seeing such a creature was perfectly normal. Dae Oden, they really don't give us a moment to rest. It's the Mobile Fortress Archelon. Zeon could barely repeat the name. Zeon. Archelon? Dae Oden. Archelon. It's a turtle-type monster, a B rank, but its defense surpasses even an A rank. They modify its shell, tame it, and ride it around. Zeon's jaw dropped. Zeon. They ride that crazy monster? Dae Oden. Yeah. Take a good look, dumbass. See how vast this world really is. And understand, there are monsters capable of riding a beast like that. See it clearly, with your own 2 eyes. Before Zeon could recover from the shock, a calm voice suddenly echoed behind them. Well, well. I wasn't sure since you were so far away, but it really was you. Zeon jumped in surprise. Zeon. What the? Dae Oden didn't even bother turning around. Dae Oden. Dumbass. Stay still. The stranger slowly approached with a smile. It's been a long time, Dae Oden. Dae Oden smirked. Dae Oden. It's been a while. And it looks like you've lost even more teeth, Paulsa. Paulsa sighed with a bitter smile. Paulsa. Good grief. You're the abnormal one. Being so spry despite being over 100 years old. The 2 old men stared at one another, like rivals who had known each other for decades. Dae Oden folded his arms. Dae Oden. Anyway, what brings you here? This isn't your territory. Paulsa's smile faded. Paulsa. There's been an infestation of scavengers. Dae Oden immediately mocked him. Dae Oden. Running away from mere scavengers. You've gotten old for nothing. Paulsa simply shrugged. Paulsa. It's called being wise. Unlike an ignorant brute like you. Watching the 2 elderly men bicker like children, Zeon could only stare in disbelief. Zeon. Wait. Isn't it normal to get weaker when you get older? Why are these old geezers so freaking strong? Paulsa clicked his tongue. Forget it. What's the point of talking to you? He suddenly let out a loud whistle. A massive response echoed across the desert. Zeon's eyes widened once again. Whoa! That's insane! Paulsa turned around. Let's go. Realizing he was surrounded by monsters in human form, Zeon wisely kept his mouth shut. I better stay quiet here.
Following Paulsa, the group arrived before a settlement unlike anything Zeon had ever seen. His eyes widened as he looked around. Zeon. Whoa. Crazy. What kind of place is this? Dae Oden answered casually. Dae Oden. It's the Mote Clan. Zeon blinked in confusion. Zeon. A clan? You mean they're all blood relatives? Dae Oden nodded. Dae Oden. Yeah, they're all descendants of Paulsa. A bunch of fools who think they're the chosen ones. In reality, they can't do anything without Archelon. Paulsa immediately shot him an annoyed look. Paulsa. Humph. What do you know about our clan to run your mouth like that? Dae Oden didn't hesitate for even a second. Dae Oden. I know enough. They're just dead weight who'll be abandoned by Archelon once you die. Isn't that right? Paulsa simply shook his head with a tired sigh. Paulsa. We can talk about that later. Right. Shall we look at the goods first? Dae Oden grinned. Dae Oden. Be my guest. As soon as Dae Oden opened his subspace, countless monster materials appeared before them. The sight completely stunned Zeon. Zeon. Whoa. This is crazy. What is all this? Just how many lives have you taken? Without even looking at him, Dae Oden replied coldly. Dae Oden. You'll be added to the count soon. Zeon immediately changed the subject. Zeon. Anyway, old geezer, I've been wondering since the beginning. Are you a magic type? Where are you pulling all this from? Dae Oden looked at him as if he had asked the dumbest question imaginable. Dae Oden. Huh? You don't even know about subspace? To think I've been carrying around such a fucking idiot. Zeon clenched his fists. Zeon. Would it kill you to just tell me? The old man glared back. Dae Oden. Oh! You dare talk back to me, you little punk? Ignoring the two of them, Paulsa carefully inspected every item one by one. After a long silence, he nodded with admiration. Paulsa. Impressive as always. Every single piece is a flawless top-grade item. Dae Oden crossed his arms. Dae Oden. Enough with the flattery. How much will you give me for it? Paulsa smiled. Paulsa. Should I pay in mana crystals? Before he could finish, Dae Oden's face instantly turned sour. Paulsa chuckled. Paulsa. It's a joke. Calm down. You've got no sense of humor. Since you don't have much use for mana crystals, then what do you want? Without hesitation, Dae Oden answered. Dae Oden. A breastplate made from the corpse of the wolf ant queen. Paulsa nodded. Paulsa. And? Dae Oden. A subspace item too. Paulsa looked puzzled. Paulsa. What would you use a breastplate for? And you already have plenty of subspace storage. The old man pointed directly at Zeon. Dae Oden. Not for me. This idiot is going to use it. Paulsa looked at Zeon with newfound interest. Paulsa. To think Dae Oden would care for another person. He must be quite a useful kid. Then he raised his voice. Paulsa. Kaylee! A cheerful young woman quickly came running. The moment Zeon saw her, he froze. Zeon. Wow. She's pretty. She respectfully bowed before Paulsa. Kaylee. Did you call for me, Grandpa? Paulsa smiled. Paulsa. Do you still have that subspace bracelet you made before? Kaylee nodded. Kaylee. I don't have the bracelet, but I still have the gauntlet. The enchantment turned out so well, I've been keeping it tucked away safely. Paulsa pointed toward Zeon. Paulsa. That gauntlet. Give it to this boy. Kaylee's eyes immediately widened. Kaylee. Excuse me? That precious thing? Meanwhile, Dae Oden laughed proudly. Dae Oden. Oh, so that little girl became an enchanter? Kaylee awkwardly scratched her cheek. Kaylee. Vec. Hello. You're still looking spry? Dae Oden nodded with satisfaction. Dae Oden. An enchanter is a rare profession even in Neo Soul. As expected of Paulsa's granddaughter, you've acquired quite a useful ability. Kaylee smiled shyly. Kaylee. Ah, yes, I suppose. Seeing the awkward atmosphere, Paulsa interrupted. Paulsa. It must be uncomfortable for you. So go on ahead, and tell Noelle to craft a breastplate. Kaylee bowed politely. Kaylee. Understood. She turned toward Zeon. Kaylee. Hey you, follow me. I'll give you the gauntlet. Zeon immediately smiled. Zeon. Yes, ma'am.
Right behind you. As they walked away from the others, Kaylee suddenly looked at him with a serious expression. You. What's your relationship with that monster? Zeon blinked. Monster? Oh, you mean the old geezer? I ran into him by chance. And now, I'm just being dragged around. Kaylee stopped walking, her face filled with disbelief. What? By chance? And you're still alive, being dragged around? By that monster, no less? Zeon looked at her for a moment, then quietly smiled to himself. Ah, this woman. I see it. I see it clearly. She's probably just like me.